Hello, Manchester. Always wanted to do that. I'm here to tell you today about our wonderful product, FA Quality, where we believe that when brokers work with clients to build submissions, they should only have to ask questions once. But before I do that, you may be wondering why I'm dressed entirely in grey. That is because I'm from the grey team, which I'll show you now a picture of. We come from a range of backgrounds, all over different businesses. In fact, to draw out one example, Sean, who's the taller fellow, at least taller than me, at the back there, has flown all the way from Dublin to be here and to bring his knowledge. And it's actually his birthday today as well. So round of applause for Sean. Happy birthday. I won't dwell on that. We can sing happy birthday later, maybe, if we run out of questions. So does this problem sound familiar? Submission quality missing the mark for an underwriter. The underwriter sending the broker back out to the client to ask questions again and again and again. Well, we found that when we did our survey to try and work out what was the biggest inhibitor of broker and underwriter interactions. And actually, right up there on the top, on the far left, you can see across 83 respondents, submission quality came back again and again as the key issue. So we wondered, what if you could always ask the right questions the first time? And we found there is an answer. So FA Quality is a real-time data library of ranked, frequently asked questions from insurers specific to different lines of cover and different industries and appetites in order to create better quality submissions for the end insurer and to reduce going back and forwards over and over again. So we went back to our huge audience of people here at Bieber and we said, do you like our solution? Do you think it really solves the problem that we're trying to solve? And across the 75 people we managed to find to ask, more than half strongly agreed, and overwhelmingly 85% of the people we spoke to thought that this was the right solution. We wanted a bit more data, a bit more quality as we understood this further, so we started talking to other people. John, I don't know if you're in the audience, if you are, give us a wave, but gave us some really good feedback on how we can actually use this platform to solve not only this problem, but additional problems as well, by giving an opportunity for underwriters to respond to questions asked by brokers that weren't in our historical data. So you could say, for example, what question should I be asking about a cladding risk for an underwriter? And you could pose that to the audience on our platform, and from there see suggested questions provided by underwriters, also giving the underwriter an opportunity to show their appetite for that type of business and to provide their contact details. John compared it to Ask Jeeves, which I don't know if that says more about our product or his generation, but we appreciated the comparison. But in general, really useful feedback, allowing us to solve actually the second biggest problem we found with broker-insurer interactions, which was that appetite articulation. We got a bit more advice from others as well. So in fact, we managed to grab a brief window with one of the keynote speakers that you might see later today, who was helping us out with our ideas for marketing and funding. We may choose to not follow his advice, but I'll leave it to you. But on a serious note, how are we actually going to build this? We want to start in fast-changing niche lines of business. So cyber risks is an obvious example, but there are many others. I was introduced yesterday to something called a Gabion basket. Anybody know what that is? I certainly didn't. I'm still not sure if I do. But if you wanted to know what questions to ask, if you're trying to insure Gabion baskets, you could ask on our platform. And we would build that niche by niche, so you don't rely on getting total adoption across all lines. It's an interactive process with all sides incentivized to use it because they have the benefits of better interactions, lower costs, less back and forth, more efficiency in interactions, and the opportunity to articulate your appetite. In terms of what we need to actually get it going, it's actually very straightforward. So we can build an initial library from historical data and from questions mined from proposal forms online. I've been told it's very easy in Python. We can then get additional content every time a broker asks a new question, with underwriters vying to be the top provider of answers and to show off their expertise and provide their contact details. And in terms of actually building it, we've already started. It might be time for a quick demo later. And it's a very simple low-cost cloud solution. It's just a big database in the sky that people can access and contribute to. In terms of how we make money, we don't want to inhibit people growing and using this platform, so it'll be free to use and access the content that's on there. We'll only charge for underwriters to be able to post their answers and suggestions and their contact details in response to a particular broker question as it comes online. And in future, there's an opportunity for us to explore other areas as well. So we've looked at insurer appetite tools as an option, integrating with popular underwriting systems like OpenGI and Actuarius and that type of thing. Salesforce might be an option too. Or even selling automated proposal forms and question sets that you can use if you don't want to have to build your own. So I think we have time for a really quick demo, and then we'll go to questions. So I'm just going to click on this link. It's not my laptop, so if anything weird comes up, bear with me. We are contacting the server.
Are you planning on hiring yourself out at some point, Ben?
Here we are. So this is FA Quality in current build on the web. So if I just sign in as John at Ask Jeeves Insurance, you can see you've got a sort of database on a dashboard on here that shows you all of your question sets that you've built so far. Let's say there's something you haven't got at the moment, or a new strange niche has appeared. So cladding, for example, you can search for cladding and see what questions are out there. And then if you find some questions that you like and you want to bring into your platform, bring into your question set, then you can bring it in. We started one for cladding. There we are, the second one down. Can go into that and see what questions we've started to incorporate in there. You can rename it, you can print it and share it with, and sit down with your client and talk through these questions. All very exciting. And I've been told, because this was built in about 4 hours, I think, in total, that with one developer, it'd probably take a month to get a skeleton going. If we had a couple of designers as well, probably by the end of the summer, in time for 1/1, definitely we could have this up and running in no time. So very exciting. And with that, I'll jump back to the presentation and invite my team on the stage. So come on, great team, to answer your questions. We've got broker experts, we've got technology experts, so anything you can dream up, we'd love to hear it. If you'd like to offer any investment at this stage, we're also welcome to hear that as well. But yeah, questions, please.
Do you need? Oh, sorry, someone put their hand up. Oh, come on, well done, Max.
Would it be fair to say this is more for single risk or small risk portfolios, as opposed to insured who have got a large selection of risks? Because the questions in there are quite detailed, and I wonder whether brokers would ever get that level of information across any more than a few assets.
So the reason I come up with this, we come up with this idea, is I'm a broker myself. So you always, even in SMEs, you get that little niche area like cladding, like the Gabion baskets was something I got asked to insure. And I spent half a day ringing all my account execs, account handlers, going, have you ever heard of Gabion baskets? Or what type of cladding does this? What type of cladding does that? Ringing underwriters, going, what questions do I need to ask? So we come up with this idea to go, why don't you just do like a Google search where there's mine data of all the insurers that have ever had Gabion baskets cladding. We can collate a list of questions. You simply type in, I'm looking to quote on cladding, what do I need to ask the client? And the questions come up. So it's a nice, easy, streamlined tool.
Hi, yeah. Being from a former plus 5% underwriter, obviously thinking it from an insurer underwriter perspective, do you envisage the interaction from the insurer side sitting in a head office with technical experts, or would it be out in the regions, for example, with the people the brokers would be interacting with on these risks? And would they log into a system, or would it?
From an insurer point of view, I believe that the appetite I get 67 emails a day. A lot of them could be sending them an appetite list. I don't have time to look at that. So again, when I come out and try and place something in the market, I'm going back to my account exec, so I'm saying, where do I place this? Who do I go to? I believe, and John can probably reiterate when we had that feedback session with him, he wants to be where his brokers are. So if brokers are using this, the insurers are going to come want to use it. If the brokers are on there constantly posting, I'm looking to place this risk, and an insurer can then go, right, we're looking at this. Whether that's regionally, that's something that we could probably look at advanced in terms of whether we go regionally or whether we go back to head office in terms of the initial update. That'll be something for the future plans, definitely.
Cool, thank you.
Time for another question, Anna. Yeah, quick question, anybody? Yes, Jantana.
30 seconds.
What's your approach in going about and collecting this FAQ online?
So there's one for the data guys, I think.
Yeah, so there's existing information on the web, so you can use web crawler algorithms on Python, and then you can use kind of OCR to scrape the text from the PDF and collect all of those. And then the questions, they get ranked on how often they get asked, and then they get bumped up in the leaderboard.
Stop. Thank you so much. Round of applause, please.
Thank you very much.